Hey guys, what's up? Today we will be playing a game called Sinking Simulator. If you are familiar with floating sandboxes, likely that you have heard about this game. It's similar to Floating Sandbox, except it has more realistic sinking time, which at times makes it quite boring. But today we will be recreating the sinking of the Britannic, Lusitania, and Titanic in Sinking Simulator. Titanic Night. Oh god, yeah, we're not using that one. Let's use Titanic 1. Oh, no, what happened? What happened? Why did that happen? That apparently the Titanic 1, as it is called, is the least buoyant thing in the world and it just immediately sunk. Let's choose Titanic big. It's not too big, so it should be fine. Hold on, let's disequip this. Alright, now let's recreate the sinking of the RMS Titanic. Now let's adjust the size of the cursor a bit. Say 5. No, five's too big. Let's make it a 2.5. Yeah, that looks good. Right, so right away it is plunging pretty fast, or I guess that was just the initial or I guess that was just the initial plunge. It has reached the bow, and it is rapidly sinking. It has reached the captain's quarters, which, according to the Titanic movie, exploded. Well, it didn't explode, but like the windows broke and stuff. All right, grand staircase flood, second funnel flood, break in half. Except there was a little bit. Oh, it fell off anyway. Yeah, let's just take out all the funnels off and stuff. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long for the second half to go down. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't think so because the propellers are already underwater. So yeah, it is like like diagonal now, like the Titanic movie. Well, not really. The Titanic movie really over exaggerated like how fast it got vertical. Like instead of sinking as it got vertical in the Titanic movie, it just kind of went vertical, like just pretty much defying the laws of physics. But it got more than vertical here. It went slightly upside down, but it is seeming to balance out. That sea level is unrealistically high. But anyways, this part's gonna fall down soon, and let's stick around to see the wreckage. Oh, the bottom just kind of like shattered a little bit as it hit the ocean floor. It's still doing so. It's like cracking up into pieces, like kind of like a crumbling leaf. And now it seems to have stopped cracking, although I have a feeling that once it hits the floor right here, I don't know if you can see this very good because it's nighttime. It should be turning daytime soon. But as soon as it hits the floor again, or as soon as it hits the floor right here, I think it's gonna. Yep. Oh my god, that was. But this is the shipwreck. The front is pretty accurate. I mean, yeah, it did kind of sloop down a bit, kind of bent over. But the back, nah. Right, next up we have the HMHS Britannic. I guess we're only going to be able to do front view for some reason because, like, this is the only other Britannic thing they have. So let's make a realistic mine hold. That looks pretty good. Just gonna topple down. Let's make the funnel fall off like that, like so. That's how the movie The Britannic kind of described the sinking. Sinking ship movies are kind of inaccurate, very inaccurate at times, very exaggerated. James Cameron's Titanic, where the Titanic just goes vertical right away in midair without sinking, just kind of defies the laws of physics. And the other movie, which I don't know the director's name, kind of the Britannic movie I think it's just called the Britannic or something. I don't know. But it kind of portrayed the Britannic being perfectly just from the bow until it like suddenly like just flipped over for no reason at all. And that's kind of the vibes I'm getting here but that's probably cuz it's the front view and it kind of happens the same way with the Titanic. The funnel yeah, it cracked up. It did the same thing. That makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to delete that. Here comes the rest of the ship. I hate how sinking ship games don't have like the destruction physics between the individual parts and it kind of just clips through. That is really disturbing to me. But yeah, we're gonna wait until it gets daytime so we can actually see the wreckage and then we'll move on to the next ship. Alright, here is the wreckage. For some reason there are like random pieces floating. I guess those were extra buoyant. The the, the bridge kind of just got split in half. I don't know what happened there. Oh, here's the other part. It's probably where the captain is. Oh, I forgot. The captain survived the Britannic sinking. Even though at the time he was supposed to go down with their ship. If you were a captain. But yeah, that was the Britannic wreckage. Let's move on to the Lusitania. So the Lusitania model is an especially small model. Don't tell me it's just gonna sink. Okay. For some reason, it's already kind of drooping down where the... Why is... Why is there a random hole there? Is that... Is that... What, is that the hole supposed to be there? Why is there just a random... Well... Okay, that... Whatever, let's just launch the torpedo at this point. So there's like kind of a battle between the two holes because for some reason this model just has a hole at the back that allows water to get in. And I'm debating whether it's going to sink from the front or the back because of that hole there. You know, I got an idea. Let's turn up the buoyant. Oh, whoa! What? Infinite buoyancy? The buoyancy is so crazy it literally caused them to go upwards. But let's change this buoyancy to be a bit more realistic now. Let's respawn. Let's respawn the Lusitanias. So maybe that one part of it just doesn't. Oh, that may be too much. Actually, it's just enough to keep the hole out of the water. But we might want to change it to like 1.5. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now let's launch the torpedo. There was an initial explosion, and then a second explosion immediately afterwards. Hold on, let's make this a bit bigger so it can spread more. Why are the compartments built like this? It can barely sink now. We need to make the hole a bit bigger so it actually has the possibility of sinking. Alright, I'm thinking I'm just gonna speed this up for you guys and sit through the sinking. Unless it just doesn't sink, which hopefully it does. Alright, you know what? This thing is not gonna sink on its own. I'm just... There. I made a massive hole. There's no way it actually... It's surviving this. Okay. Okay, how about I... Alright, how about I sink the Titanic in the way that the Lusitania sinked? Oh yeah, alright, let's turn the buoyancy down. Alright, torpedo hole. Alright, it didn't work, so I'm just gonna... Alright, it didn't work, so to make the ending of this video fulfilling, I'm just gonna... I never tried this before. What? It died. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want a part 2 of this, get this video to 1 like, and I'll see you in the next one.